And welcome. This is Hawkissimo. Welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to cover Nike, the goddess of victory. She's one of the goddesses that's on the free rotation cycle, and I got to tell you the truth, I've been having a lot of fun with this goddess, particularly with the Sparrow skin. Superhero landing, 10 out of 10. Love it. Okay, so let's talk about this goddess, starting with the ability builder. Really, you're going to want to prioritize her number one, her rend. It's her primary source of damage. It also has the nice additional effect that if you cast Plan of Action first, you get 3 hits with it. You're doing protection shreds, which means you're lowering the protections that the enemies have, which allows you and your team to hit them for additional damage, right? And then you also have the opportunity to get a disarm if you hit them 3 times the same target. So very painful thing, particularly for hunters, to suffer. So after you prioritize the rend, you're going to prioritize the Plan of Action, but just to do a little bit of damage in the beginning, I actually have you go to your 1 to your 3, your jump, then come to Plan of Action to your 1, and then your ultimate. And then the rest you can follow along here, pause the video, continue. One of the nice things about Nike is the support aspect that she provides to the entire team through her passive. As different goals get completed, and you can see them right here, 10 gods get killed between your whole team. You kill 250 minions as a team, and at least 2 of your allies hit level 20. You're going to give that bonus power and bonus movement speed to everybody on the team, including yourself. So very nice to have on your team. Nobody ever cries when you pick Nike. In terms of the item builder, as always, I'm going to try to give you both an A build and a B build all in one template, so that when you get into the game and you open up the store, you'll see all of these items that are available to you, and you'll have both theories. The A build tends to be the more selfish build, great for when you're solo queuing or just trying to learn the particular god. And then the B build tends to be a little bit more team oriented, great for when you're on mic and or you're missing a guardian on your team, for instance, and you want to help the squishies survive. And by squishies, you know, we always mean the ADCs, and by the ADCs we're talking attack, damage, carry, which is classically your hunter, but is also your mage, right? Because you want them to always level very much evenly, if not better, than anybody else on the team, and certainly against their rival, their mirror on the other side, because as they get higher and higher level, their damage really scales. And so in the early game, they need to be carried, and then in the late game, they carry. So without further ado, the item build. Now, I got to tell you the truth, I was really torn about what starter item to give to Nike, because I feel she's very flexible. I think that this is a rock solid choice. I think it's an underappreciated item. I think Watcher's Gift, because it gives health, it gives physical defense, it gives magical defense. You know, you're getting MP5 and you're getting additional mana and gold when minions die and camps die and you're not the one who got the last hit. That's just a heck of a lot of versatility. However, I'm going to delete it just so we can go look at a couple of the other items. Really, if you want to go Mark of the Vanguard because you saw a lot of physical people over there, nothing wrong with that. Lonzo's Mask, also very good with her, scales well with her ultimate. War Flag, you know, here it says it's a starter item for physical gods playing as support. So if you are going to play that role and you want to help your team out there and you're willing to sacrifice the benefits that Watcher's Gift gives you, by all means do that. But I think classically speaking, that's the best start. Really, boots, again, you could pick up several of the different boots. I would not bother buying Ninja Tabby, but once you're in this tree, if you wanted to get Reinforced Greaves for the extra health and the extra defense, nothing wrong with that. If you wanted to build money a little bit faster and have the extra movement speed, depending on what kind of game mode you're in and be able to rotate a little better. Nothing wrong with that. However, you'll never go wrong with Warrior Tabby. It's the best damage. And since the belt or the build has so little damage in it, I like to at least go that way. All right, so into our core. Obviously, I'm talking about potions and your consumables. I like to stack up on some green and have a blue. By all means, wards win games, big believer. But if you're just getting used to the god and or playing Smite, then you can certainly play it safe with blue. Nothing wrong with that. All right, so into the core. And I'm not going to open each one. I think you can see the picture and go ahead and match it up on your own time. But this is Breastplate of Valor. And this A build is going to try and get you some cooldown so that you get frequent use of your abilities while playing into the tank aspect of your warriorhood. So Breastplate of Valor is going to have the physical defense, the cooldown, the permanent mana increase to your pool, plus the MP5 so you regen mana faster. Next item, Shogun's Kusari, is sort of the magical version of Breastplate of Valor. So you're going to have magical protection, pretty much everything that I mentioned there. The passive here is very nice, though, because you're going to give yourself and everybody else on your team a 25% attack speed. So that's certainly nice. Health combines very, very well with armor to give you an effective health. So I like mixing in health, and you could go with Gauntlet of Thebes if you wanted in this spot. Nothing wrong with that. But in this particular case, I wanted to play to the tankiness, so we went Stone of Gaia. Then I go into Shifter Shield to give you some power. So, you know, in 4.9, it got a big power buff. So let's take advantage of the fact that it's both defense and offense. And then you're ultimately going to come down here for your flex picks. But before that, as always, let's talk about relics, because you're going to get one free at level 1, and you're going to get your second one at level 12. You can pick any of these 4 and feel rock solid. So if you're looking out for numero uno, Nike, these 2 are certainly the safest choices in all modes. You know, gets rid of CC, gives you 2 minutes, or I'm sorry, two minutes would be crazy. 2 seconds of immunity from damage. Great stuff. Just keep in mind that when you take Aegeus, if you do so, the only thing you can do is run. You can't gobble any potions. You can't cast any other relics, no abilities. So something to keep in mind. If, however, you're feeling a little bit more spunky and a little bit more team-oriented, this is a great item, and it's gotten buffed in patch 4.10, which hasn't come out for console yet, but you know, will come out next week, hopefully. And nothing wrong with meditation. I can't tell you how many times having meditation in the late game, when you're pushing down an objective, particularly the Phoenix or the Titan, and your squishies are getting mauled, how important it is to just get them to have the sustain so you can finish ripping down that and win the game. So both very good as well. So in your flex picks, you know, you're going to get one of these. So if you want a little bit more aggression, you can go for either of these 2. This one has 50 power and gets 7 points of protection, both physical and magical, per enemy around you. So at 5, it'd be the 35. Frostbound Hammer, and it has 100 health. Frostbound Hammer has 350 health, only has 25 power, but every time you hit somebody with your melee attack, you're reducing their attack speed and their movement speed, which really lets yourself and your team focus fire that person down, making it hard for them to escape. So either of those are fine on the aggressive side, and obviously 350 more health is nothing to sneeze at. You can go a little bit more tanky by going into Gauntlet of Thebes and also be providing some tankiness to the rest of your team because it has an aura on it. It gives 20 physical and 20 magical protection to both yourself and your team. Plus you get the 350 health and the HP 5 that comes with it, so very strong item. Finally, any of the cloaks would be great, but this one has the 60 physical and magical protection, the 10% cooldown, and a great passive on it, so very fine choice. Now, let's talk about the B build. So you're going to still go across the top, and then you're going to come down to this last line that would show in the store. And this is the build that I run frequently, but I'm used to playing Guardians, and I'm used to even playing my Warriors in a very supporting role, so that my mages and my hunters can do what they do and shine, while I'm really providing peel for them and buffing their abilities. So here, I think starting with Gauntlet of Thebes is definitely the right way to go. Emil Z is the support player for Obey, and really kudos to him for sharing that with the community, and I certainly concur with his analysis that that's a better start than this item, which is Sovereignty, which is also a great start item. Here you get health, you get physical protection, and you're giving both physical protection and HP 5 to yourself and your team. Always remember that all aura items say give allies blah blah blah. The important part to remember is that you are considered an ally to yourself, so you get the full effect of all the aura items. You won't see it in this builder, so if I click any of these aura items, you're only seeing part of this effect. You're only seeing the top part of its description, but trust me, if you're in the jungle practice or you're in game, you're going to immediately see the full effect of this item, and you'll see, of course, the icon for all the aura items immediately above your life bar. So that shows you that you're being affected by it. Then we go into Heartwood. So it's sort of the magical version of Sovereignty. So you're giving yourself health, you're giving yourself magical protection, you're giving yourself MP5, and you're giving MP5 and magical defense to the rest of your team. And then I got to tell you the truth, I'm always torn about which of these cloaks is better. I think they're both great. It really depends on what passive you're looking to get for yourself. Do not underestimate the passive that is on this item. The fact that you're getting 40 protection, physical and magical, you're getting the 10% cooldown reduction, you're getting the 20% crowd control reduction is fantastic in and of itself. But the passive here says that if you get hit by a hard crowd control effect, you take 15% damage mitigation for, I think it's 3 seconds, maybe it's 2. I'm pretty sure it's 3 though. So also very good. And then again, you'll get to come up here. So if you want to tank more, you know, it's going to be one of these 3 items. If you want a little bit of offense, you can go into these items. But again, they're all giving you health, armor, and some nifty effect. So that concludes my introduction to Nike, the Goddess of Victory. I hope you have a lot of fun playing this goddess. I certainly do. I certainly recommend that skin. By all means, if you found this video informational, helpful in any way, shape, or form, please click the like button. I'd love a subscribe as well. I plan on doing a lot more of these videos. If you have questions or comments, go ahead and put them below, and I'll do my best to get to them relatively quickly. And thank you for watching. This is Hawkissimo signing out.